this structure is currently condemned.
We're not going to get this done in one day, I don't think. I just don't know. I don't know if I can do it.
We're entering the backyard. It looks like we've got some outdoor living that was out here. Some additional parts, pieces, maybe of the backyard. We've got a small deck. And here's where we get to the fire damage that's on the house. Looks to me like there's some sort of something that happened here. You know, fire, an exhaust fan, you know, potentially even maybe a space heater that might have caught on fire. So we'll find out exactly what's caused this. So we've got styrofoam over the house. Looks like that's something for some insulation purposes and so forth. We've got some traditional double four siding. We've got fire damage up on the top. There's some storm windows that are on here, single pane. So we've either got aluminum siding that's going to be underneath this with some foam over top, or let's see what we've got here. Yeah, actually. So this is going to be some masonite. So we've got masonite siding over top of it. It's a lap. It looks like maybe an 8 or 10 inch lap that was on the house originally when it was built. So if we go up at the top here, as we're looking, look at where the fire damage has actually come out, where the smoke has melted its way through the vinyl siding, through the masonite. So we've got this all boarded up. So it looks like in the process of this, we've also, on the house, we've also got some hail damage. Existing hail damage potentially could have been from the storm that caused this, or it could be from something totally different. So let's go ahead and go in and take a look at the house. Okay. Kind of difficult to see, but this house has actually been gutted. So I did not come in here, and I didn't have a chance to come in here and see what this house looked like prior to this, whatever happened upstairs. So it looks like how this floor layout is structured. We've got a 20 amp, we've got this circuit here. So this is going to be our kitchen area. More than likely on the floor was where a set of cabinets were. So here's the kitchen sink. Here's the kitchen window. Looks like the light that's over top. We've got our fan that's in the kitchen here. Something potentially, we've probably got the refrigerator sitting in the corner over here. Light switch, so forth. Here's downstairs. Looks like we've got a bathroom. We've got significant amount of charring on the floor. Okay, we've got a drop ceiling that's involved here. And this was kind of something that was very common for the time. These homes in this area were built at a time where there was not a whole lot of, there just wasn't a whole lot of codes and so forth that actually, that had nail patterns and so forth on drywall, which is something different than what we have locally now. Now they're every 10 inches in the area that we're in, but in this particular spot, they were not like that. So what you'll see a lot of is you'll see drywall glue and you'll see tacks. So what'll happen here is there might be one tack up towards the top, one in the center, maybe right here, and then one at the edge, and the drywall was glued. And that's what you'll see. Same thing goes in the ceiling, and it did prevent the sags and so forth. Now this does have a cantilevered, we can look here, it looks up top. We've got a cantilevered front porch that's on here. All right, we've got a closet down at the bottom. Let's go upstairs and see where the actual damage was. There it is right there. Okay. So I know that you can't smell And I know that it's dark because they removed all the power. But this particular home, you can actually smell the charring. So if I were to guess, or if I were to make a guess or an assumption here on what this is, I would imagine that a space heater that was sitting inside that bathroom there caught fire. I have a feeling that we're probably going to want to speak to him and see what we've got to do here. Hey Mike, how are you, man? Good. Hey, I'm over here at Metal. And I got inside, I saw this, man, and I guess we've got some fire damage over here.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, I'd say so. So I walked around back and I saw where we've got a hole in the siding there. It looks like we've got some double four traditional, that white that we were talking about earlier on the vinyl siding. And also there's that hole down low. Was that a space heater? Is that what happened here?
I think so. I think my understanding that I guess this because it was left open for months, but we went back there back in November, I think it was, and anyway, yeah. Long story short, I think that that they needed some additional heat in there, and they had put it in the bathroom right there. So I think as they were like taking showers or whatever, they were saying that it was cold in there, and they just left it on and went to bed and woke up, and the house was in flames and shooting out the roof.
My gosh, man.
Yeah, luckily everybody made it out okay.
Well, that's good. That's good. So I noticed all that charring on the back wall that's there. So it looks like, is this entire back wall getting replaced?
So the only thing the insurance company is going to pay for is basically if you look at the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like basically the whole bathroom needs reframed.
Okay.
The interior walls, with the headers above the doors and all that's all charred up.
Yeah.
And then probably from the back left corner of that bathroom and about basically almost over to where the window is, where all that was charred. So if it doesn't have what they call like gatoring on it, they pretty much don't replace it. Okay. It just gets a smoke seal.
So as I'm standing here, what I got is the damage, the char damage doesn't go much past that bathroom. Maybe a couple studs.
Right. And that's pretty much what we're going to do. Maybe, a few studs past or whatever. And then, and then that gable end, obviously, got tore up pretty bad. And then the next 5 trusses. So that entire room of trusses and plywood's coming off. And then the rest of it will get smoke sealed.
And then it looks like potentially the corner, it makes a corner there towards the front of the house on the left side where the garage is. It looks like we've got a couple studs there we probably replaced because they're, in the midst of it. Okay, so from the building point of view, this isn't too bad. So we cut this out, get this out of here, and get this reframed. So what I noticed when I was looking at the outside is that it's got a 1-inch foam. Did you catch that?
Yeah, I did yesterday when I was there. It's got that old siding on there that looks like asbestos, but it's not,
Yeah, I think it's old masonite. It's what I think it is.
And then it's got the foam on top of it.
Yeah, and I think what threw me off at first was that typically we see that installed the other way. You know what I mean? Where that radiant barrier's to the outside, but it's installed the opposite direction this time. I don't know. I don't even know what product it is. That may be what they call for. But so are we when we
fan foil that's on there, right?
What's that?
It's like a fan foil that's on there.
No, it's 1 inch thick. It's actual styrofoam. Yeah, it's.
But maybe they were trying to add some R value to it.
Maybe so. Maybe they were trying to pick up a little bit because this house. I don't know if you picked this up either, but none of this house actually is sheeted. There's not even structural OSB or plywood on any of the corners in this house. So when we tear into this, we're going to have the garage, this second part of this floor that comes down. This will be up in the air. There's a little bit back where this tub's going to be. That looks like, we'll get into that whenever we go to the second floor. And then
you know, as we frame that corner in and then replace this side and then the trusses. So this isn't too bad. Now the question that we've got here is it looks like, are we gonna go back with that foam board through this entire, how are we gonna address this as far as the vinyl siding goes? So if we end up putting an entire house of vinyl siding on here, are we gonna remove all of that foam and replace it with fan fold? What do we do in there?
Well, here's the crappy part, right? Is that there's no architectural drawings, there's no prints whatsoever. The permit that we got, they didn't require anything on there.
Okay.
So I guess that would be up to the homeowner whether or not you just nail over the masonite.
Well, you got that scope in front. What are we getting paid for this framing?
With the crane and 41 cents.
Okay. Can't do 50 cents. Got to do 41 cents.
41. We'll round it down then. 40 cents.
Okay.
It's a one. You know?
Yeah.
As you're under 5, it goes down. Above 5, it goes up. Right.
Right. Something like that.
Nickel and dime you.
Yeah, nickel and dime the snot out of me. Okay, well, that's it, man. I'm going to grab some pictures. I'm going to grab some other stuff real quick, and then I'm going to peel out of here. So we should.
When do you think you're going to start so I can let the customer know?
I mean, if you want us to start Monday, we can do it. Well, we're back. And it is morning time. We've got some demo going on the outside of this. Still got our gutter board intact.